When finding the slope and y-intercept from an equation or inequality, you need to make sure the equation or inequality is written in slope-intercept form. That means that the y variable is isolated, our linear term and our constant term are then on the other side of the equal or inequality sign. The slope then can be found by identifying the x or linear term, and the coefficient of that term is our slope. So in this case, our slope is -6. And then the y-intercept is the constant. In this case, it's +2. For our second inequality that I have here, y is greater than 2x plus 3.5. Our slope is the coefficient of the linear term, so 2. And our y-intercept is the constant, which is 3.5. If my equation is written of the form x equals anything, that line is going to be parallel to the y-axis. In this case, here's my coordinate plane. X equals -3 is located right about there. It is parallel to the y-axis, therefore there is no y-intercept. And the slope is undefined. Since there is no horizontal movement, the run for our slope would be 0, and you cannot divide by 0. If, however, the equation is written of the form y equals just a plain number, that line would happen to be parallel to the x-axis. In this case, y equals 5 would be right about there. So it does cross the y-axis right there at 5, and our slope is 0 since there is no vertical movement. If the equation is written in standard form, you need to rewrite the equation so the y is isolated. In this case, I can subtract 2x from both sides. Those will cancel, and I'm left with y equals -2x plus 3. And I chose to write my linear term first so it's easier to tell where the slope and the y-intercept are. In this case, my slope happens to be -2, and my y-intercept is +3. In this equation, 3y plus 18x equals 18. I need to move my linear term to the other side of the equation and eliminate the coefficient on my y term. So I'm going to subtract 18x from both sides. So 3y equals -18x plus 18. Now eliminate the coefficient of 3 by dividing everything by 3. So my new equation is y equals -6x plus 6. Now that I've rewritten my equation in slope-intercept form, I can clearly see that my slope is -6 and my y-intercept is +6. And I have one more example. The last example is 8x plus 2y equals 14. Again, move your linear term to the other side of the equation. They cancel. I'm left with 2y is equal to -8x plus 14. Eliminate the coefficient of your y by dividing everything by 2. So y equals -4x plus 7. Since my y is isolated, my slope is -4, and my y-intercept is +7.